ready to go? Let's start with questions for Coach. Do we have the mic? We'll start with the AP. Ron, can you just send it back? Oh, okay.
That's fine, Ron.
Coach, talk about the player Heath. He gave you a real shot in the arm today.
Yeah, being his second game back, I thought that he plays. He gave us a great, huge boost with his offense. His defense made some mistakes. We're very happy that he's back and love what he's doing for us.
Patrick, this is the second time you guys played UConn close this season. You took that late 61-60 lead. What kind of happened after that? What do you think was the difference?
I didn't think we executed very well down the stretch. Missed free throws. Defensively, we made mistakes, giving them layups or the second shot. The offensive rebounds kicked our butts today. We gave them 19 offensive rebounds for 20-something points. That's something that we talked about going into the game, and that's something that we have to do. We had to limit Hawkins. We did a great job at that. But the offensive rebound killed us.
And then the other day, you talked about the ball moving more. It seemed like the ball did move more today. Leading scorer, Primo Spears, 5 assists, 1 turnover. He ended up only taking 1 shot. Was it something that Connecticut did, or do you think he made a conscious effort to kind of do that?
I think it was a little bit of, they wanted to take the ball out of his hands. They were denying him, harassing him pretty much the whole game. When he fell and hurt his back, that also hurt. But I thought they did a great job of taking the ball out of his hands. Some water.
We're getting it. On that.
Bob.
Okay. Sorry about that.
You guys want to give Jay some questions?
I was. Hey, Jay, like you said, just coming back, how are you from like a physical and kind of endurance point of view as far as getting back into getting your regular minutes?
Oh yeah, no, I feel good. Just trying to get my timing back and things like that, basketball wise. But like conditioning, I feel great. Coach Hill and Benny did a great job with me getting back in game shape, so I feel great.
And what is the one thing that kind of you have to get back used to where you're out there on the floor? Just what's your biggest hurdle?
I would just say my timing. I mean, you could never really like simulate the game just for like everything going on in the game. So I would just say timing and the atmosphere, things like that. My rhythm. I would say that was the biggest part.
And speaking of atmosphere, the crowd out there was great today.
Yeah.
How was it? How did that kind of give you guys energy with how live it was out there?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I feel like any basketball player knows that when the arena's packed and it's a lot of people, everybody yelling, that kind of just like give you more energy, make you want to play harder, faster, better. Just like an adrenaline rush. So it was great.
And Coach, you talked about their offensive rebounds. Is it their length? Is it their athleticism? What was it about today that was allowing them to be successful there?
Well, I mean, with offensive rebounds, it's all about a mindset. It's a mindset. One mindset for us to go to the glass, we had 11, but we only got 8 points out of our 11 offensive rebounds. They had 19, and they had 23 points. So the mindset of boxing out and going to get the ball or going to get the ball, just go get it. It's a mindset, and that's something like I said before. We talked about or stressed before the game.
And the ball was in Brandon's hands a lot today, but he had 8 turnovers the first time against UConn, 7 turnovers today. What is it about that matchup that kind of gets him a little bit loose?
They're long. Something somebody asked that about their size. Jackson is long. He's athletic. That's why they switched him off to Primo to take us out of our offense. So those guys, and then Brandon has to tighten up his handle. Sometimes you don't need to make that 1, 2, 3 dribble to get where you want to go. Sometimes you just need to come off and just rip through and go.
Jay, I know this isn't the result you guys want, but what can you take away from playing a top 25 team right down to the end?
Like you said, it's not the result we wanted. We was there last time. We expected to beat them this time, but like Coach said, I feel like the offensive rebounds really killed us. That really killed us. They was kicking it out for threes, going back up, getting fouled. So that I feel like if we take half of those away, we probably win this game.
Patrick, you guys faced Sonogo and Hawkins. You held Hawkins, I think, to 4 of 13 shooting, and you held Sonogo to just a pair of baskets in the second half. What was the approach against those guys, and what was the execution?
Well, like I said, we talked about definitely taking out Hawkins because even Sonogo was the best player, but he was right there with him. His ability to shoot the ball from the three, his ability to get to the cup, and then he's improved on his mid-range game. So we did a pretty good job for the most part of making him work for everything. But then, Sonogo, I thought Q did a great job the first game, did a great job today for the most part. But the rebounds are what hurt us. We were up 1, got fouled. It was a 1-on-1. We missed the front end, and we still got to stop. I think Cook got a great block on somebody, and then they were able to get the rebound and kick it out for a 3. Those are game-changing plays. Those are the plays that we have to make to be able to come away with a win. When we do a great job of getting a block, we have to secure that loose ball and get a stop and get down on the court.
And then Murray had 14 of his 21 in the second half. What was the key to getting him going after intermission?
He tightened up on his game. He made the right plays. He got the right shot. He was able to. We post him up some against their small. Jay got it going, so that helped him to get it going. So I thought that both those guys did a great job of getting us back into the game. But then we just weren't able to finish it.
And we'll end in the Zoom. We've got Patrick Waring with the last question. Patrick, you're up.
Hey Jay, just wanted to kind of ask you about that process with you being out. Just can you kind of talk about that time? Just how was it for you? And then watching, what were some positives that you were able to see from the team, or then what were some areas that you felt that you could help at when you got back?
Well, yeah, it was 5 weeks. I feel like 5 months, but it wasn't bad. Like I said, Coach Hill and Benny was very supportive of the team. All the coaches were very supportive. But me being out, one thing I saw that was a problem today was definitely offensive rebounding and turnovers. But that's about it.
And then, Coach, you guys have Providence next. Any early thoughts on that team, on some of the areas?
Hey, look, Providence is a very good team. I think they're one of the ranked teams in our conference as well. Really haven't watched film on them yet. I've watched them play games, throughout the year. Ed does a great job with his club. They have improved and they work, and there's going to be a physical game. They play physical. So we're going to have to be able to match their energy and their effort to be able to come away with a road win.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.